So let's talk about the 5 most common reasons that clients see us for asset protection planning. The first is actually about making sure the beneficiaries are protected with their estate plan. For married couples, that might be making sure that we leave things to a surviving spouse protected in case they ever get remarried. And we want to make sure that the estate stays in the family and passes down to the children rather than ending up with that new spouse and that new family. Often when we're leaving things to children, we might be looking at how do we make sure that that inheritance stays protected from their future risks, things like lawsuits, creditors, divorce, bankruptcy. I mean, we all know how high the divorce rates are these days, right? And now I find when I mention the word bankruptcy, often our clients will say, oh, not my children, they're responsible, they're good with money. But did you know that actually the 3 most common reasons for bankruptcy are catastrophic medical expenses, an unexpected layoff, or a major recession or economic event like the coronavirus pandemic? The second way that clients work with us on asset protection planning is future long-term care. Government studies show that 70% of us are expected to need long-term care during our retirement. I know it's not something that we want to think about, but it's really important to make sure that you're able to live a secure retirement by having a long-term care plan in place. Now, many estate planning and elder law attorneys, when they say long-term care planning, they're really just talking about government benefits planning. And on the flip side, if you were to talk to a financial advisor and say long-term care planning, they're usually thinking long-term care insurance. When we say long-term care planning, we're talking about a written plan that starts with what your care preferences are, so then we can figure out the right tools or strategies to pay for that care without going broke. The third type of asset protection planning is helping protect our clients if they should ever get sued or be subject to a bankruptcy. If you've worked hard to build up your nest egg for retirement, then it's really important that we make sure that that nest egg stay protected so that you can retire securely. So we'll help you look at what you own and what your risks are to make sure we get that nest egg as protected as possible from future risks. Fourth is if you own rental property. See, if you own rental property, then you run a higher likelihood of being sued at some point if a tenant or guest gets injured on the property. So we want to make sure that your personal assets stay protected if there's ever an issue at one of your rentals. And the fifth type of asset protection planning that we regularly see is working with business owners or professionals. If you own a business, we want to make sure that your personal assets stay protected if your business ever gets sued or runs into financial issues. And similarly, if you're a professional like a doctor, dentist, or other medical professional, a lawyer, architects, we want to make sure that if you ever get sued for malpractice, you can sleep at night knowing that your personal assets are protected. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, hey, I've got liability insurance, or I have an umbrella policy, or I have a business entity, I'd caution you to think again. Most of the time when people come to see us, they find out that they're not as protected as they think they are. So don't gamble your future. Give us a call. We'll sit down with you. We'll discuss your goals. We'll help you evaluate your risks, and we'll help you figure out the right asset protection strategies for your unique situation.